Welcome everybody to Sensei's Thoughts on a Sunday afternoon. Always happy to be here with you guys and enjoying that. Of course, you guys already know who's always been joining this show that Sundays is the best days for me. Let me fix his mic as I'm an unprofessional podcaster. But Sundays is the day I always look forward to. I don't have to repeat that because I get to spend the day with my brother. As always, Mr. Logic is in the house. Mr. Logic.
You're.
Knicks, #1 playoffs. Let's go. They clinched that 4th spot. Let's talk. We're not gonna talk about that because Knicks and we got an open wound. We still want to see what happens in the playoffs, but we got playoff Knicks. We got playoff Knicks.
I was gonna say playoff Knicks, so it's not
playoff Knicks. You got playoff Knicks.
Last time I said that was what 2014.
I had hair. I think
13.
I think I had hair. Maybe I don't
know.
There was something.
Linsanity,
Mellow Ball, all that stuff. Like that was one of the last time. Knicks has something going on, and then we have the Yankees. Yeah. Well, I mean, they're playing good ball. I mean, if you guys don't know, we're New Yorkers, so that's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get New York sports.
The occasional New York sports talk.
New York sports talk. That's it. Normally, our podcast starts off slow with the audience, and it picks up during the show. So, whoever's watching, I appreciate you guys retweet this, share it, let everybody know that we are live now. But today should be a special show. We are going to talk a little bit about some of the games we've been playing this week. Upcoming games we're looking forward to, and some of our E3 predictions. See what we got coming up. I mean, we're excited. E3 coming up in June. That's always a good day for gamers. It's like Christmas for us. So we're going to be talking a little bit about that, and hopefully we get some of the predictions done and tracking and join on that. Potion, how you doing today, man? I think I had hair back then too. We all had hair back then when that happened. We Reborn's watching us too. He's saying time to watch some good podcaster oil. I had to read that about 4 or 5 times before I understood that, but then I started laughing too hard before the show started, and I had to wait to stop laughing so I could hit live. But we are here. Logic, what's up? What you did this week, man?
Nothing, man. Getting into some more MLB gaming, so we're grinding with that. Just watching a lot of people play, and just kind of getting a feel for it. Just doing a lot of grinding, working on the Diamond Dynasty team. And got into some Destiny as well too. So playing some of the new season, having a lot of fun. I really appreciate the fact that Game Pass includes the new season. Thank you for $10 that I probably didn't have. So it's a pretty cool feeling. And then it's just PvE on it. It's really good. The new season I'm enjoying. I definitely like what they're doing with the story and stuff. New season guns are cool. There's some really broken shit going on to it, as always. Be Destiny.
It won't be a Destiny if it didn't have that, right?
There's some broken stuff going on,
right.
And I'm just grinding so I could try to get the broken stuff before they fix it.
Yeah, I'm old school. I'm old school Destiny, so Galahorn all the way. Galahorn was when I was really into the meta. It's the whole Destiny meta. Galahorn was like the one that was like, wow, let's melt everything down. Just grab a Galahorn, we're good to go.
Yeah, they got a grenade launcher mod this season where basically it takes up 9 slots of your armor, which is fine, 9 slots of your armor piece because if max out you get 10 full slots, right? 9 slots, but when you use any grenade launcher, it doesn't matter whether it's Fighting Lion, the new grenade launcher, it could be Anarchy. It applies a dot to your enemy, and it's like a 30% debuff, essentially what a hunter tether would do, but it's a grenade launcher. And it's just fucking busted, especially if you have
Anarchy. Completely busted. Oh god.
Yeah, but I mean, it's good. I mean, it's not. It's busted in the sense that it just it makes PvE.
How do you get really there? How do you get that grenade launcher? How do you a journey with it, or you grind it out?
No. So you just have to unlock the mod from the seasonal artifact. It's in the last row. Once you unlock it, basically, then you just equip it, and then it works with any grenade launcher. It does not matter, but specifically if you have things like
it's a mod. Okay.
It's a mod. Okay. It's a mod. And any grenade launcher, whether it's a heavy grenade launcher, kinetic grenade launcher, energy grenade launcher, works with all of them. So Scavenger Salvo, basically just anything. Doesn't matter. Fighting Lion, like I said, Anarchy is probably one of the best because it has a dot damage over time. So yeah, man. So just grinding that out. And that's pretty much it. Yeah. Just more Xbox.
How was your week? All right.
Yeah.
Well, for me, Went offline this week. I had to go offline a little bit because I was playing. I got to catch up. My backlog looks like shit right now, man. So I had to catch up. So I went ahead and hit the offline button on that. So if you haven't noticed me online, guys, it's because I've been offline trying to catch up to shit, man. Because I can't be a gaming podcaster if I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So I did my research. Wink. So I went ahead and just played a little bit of everything, man. I like my spectrum was everywhere this week. Like I played Telltale Batman, Telltale Walking Deads. I played a little bit of the what is out there. I played Resident Evil. I got a story to tell about that, but Resident Evil Village, kept playing that. Had to stop. And I played obviously Mass Effect came out Friday. I ended up getting that yesterday. Another story to tell there, so that's good. Man, I played I played just a little bit of weird games here and there. Wreckfest. Yeah. Because that 10,000 point challenge came out this week, and as gamers, Xboxers, we go nuts when that happens. And this time, they actually had it where whatever achievement you earn automatically turns into a Microsoft reward.
And you were saying that it wasn't like that the last time?
It wasn't. Like okay. It's supposed to be where it converts it right into rewards points in the past. But what was happening is you would have to wait for the season to be over, the time frame of it to be over, the week, the 2 weeks, or whatever it was. Usually they give you about 2 weeks to maybe a month. And then it'll convert at that point. Those points get converted into reward points. But for me, I was getting it where some of it was converting, some of it not, or not at all. Okay. This time, you can see it like in live, like real time. You can see when you get an achievement, you check the reward points. It actually added into your reward.
It updated right away.
Right.
I noticed that because I told you my story.
Yeah. Would you care to repeat that story?
Yeah, so real quick, not to jump into what you had going on, but yeah, so they announced this. You messaged me and you were like, "Yo, they brought it back." My brother texted me, "Yo, they brought it back." Everybody's excited. I was like, "All right, what did they bring back?" I'm out of the loop. I don't know what the fuck they brought back. You're like, "Oh yeah, no. Every achievement point you earn up to 10,000, you'll get it as reward points." I'm like, "Oh, that sounds pretty cool. You just got to go enable the card." Okay, cool. Yeah. And then I had this bright idea to download Destiny because I just felt like playing it. Download Destiny. I launched it for the first time on Destiny 2. I haven't played Destiny 2 on console since it came out. I was on PC. Like I didn't even play it. Like
backstory, he played it on PC.
Yeah, I was right. So I'm coming over from PC. So the cross save progression came over. My character came over, right? But I didn't have any like achievements for it yet here on Xbox.
On console, yeah.
On console until it booted up, and then every fucking achievement popped up for it. All 23 of them.
This is when I usually say asshole, but right. Yeah, he got all his achievements.
It was literally the easiest 2,300 points I ever got.
So that was the easiest 2,300 points rewards as well because you got those. Yeah. Was that when the thing started, right? When the whole 10,000 started?
Yeah. So right, and that was another thing too. Thank God I didn't wait or install it earlier because I don't know. I was watching certain streamers like it was the launch of the season, and they also updated it where this thing came out. It just so happened like the launch of the new season correlated with them doing the 10,000 point thing. I'm sure they didn't know. And not that many people are in that situation where they're like, oh, wait, I have this game that I technically have completed, but I don't have it installed. I didn't know that was going to happen. I was ready to play.
I know because of I think Reborn was one of these tell me anytime, even if it's the same game you're playing on PC and then you play it on console, he was the one who used to tell us, hey, man, you can double up those achievement points. Yeah. Very easy. So if you're playing an easy game on console and through Game Pass, and it's on PC Game Pass, play it again on PC Game Pass. Just log into it, and you get.
You'll get those points again.
Yes, and I'm like, well, fuck, that's a boost to you. Not that I've done that, guys. My score is legit. My 224,000 gamer score is legit. Wink to that. It is legit. So a lot of tough games to get me to that point. And fluffers too. I mean, everybody does it. Little fluffer games here and there. But no, man, they announced that. I was talking to Money about that. Like, man, it's been a while since they've announced something. They have done a 10,000 point thing. He goes, man, you're right. It's been a couple of months. Literally, that was like right before they dropped it on that Tuesday. And then Tuesday came around. Guess what? We're doing 10,000. Me and him like, what the fuck? Like it actually came out.
Then I go to the friends list and I say, everybody, Telltale Games, Telltale Games, Telltale Games. I'm like, you fucking bitches.
You got to, bro.
Bitches.
You gotta put hey, if you follow the people that I follow and follow me, they will literally bring out a list of games. Hey, try these shits right here. Like
I saw the list. I forgot who I saw a news article because then somebody said, oh, by the way, if you just play these games right here, you'll get them right away.
You got
like,
one of the popular ones like Donut County. So that's on Game Pass. If you have not played Donut County, give yourself 2 hours of that shit, and you have 1,000 in no time. Like these are like there's a list of this shit out there. Like we go with I don't know if you're familiar with Maka's guides.
Mm-mm.
You know, in the YouTube world, well, I'm part of that too. But in YouTube, there's a guy that I follow. A lot of us do. His name is Maka, and he's been doing guides for quite some time. And you if you see his videos, you're gonna notice right away who it is. It's like it starts off with a little giggle, his little kid giggling, like Maka's guide or whatever. Mm-hmm. He does these easy achievement videos.
Yeah,
and literally, and his videos are really good. Like it's good to follow. I mean, unless there's times where he kind of he'll bypass something and wait, I missed that achievement. Oh, it's okay if you miss achievement. You got to play the whole game again, but just benchmark my video and go back. Like my man, really. But he's good for the most part. But there's a whole bunch of people out there on my friends list on my Twitter that just provides these lists. They like straight DM me, yo, Kills, you gotta try this. Sensei, try this list. And I'm like, check. So I haven't hit it hard this week because I've been trying to do different things, but
Red Mission X, Pixar Easy 1000 for the challenge.
That's an easy one. Yes, and it's free. Let me go ahead and
hold on. I'm gonna switch over my screen real quick and actually have to go. Oh wait, no, I have a phone. Hold on.
He ain't lying though. Red ain't lying, man. Is
it Game Pass or is it just that it's free?
It's on Game Pass. Pixar. It is on that. I believe that's the game. Red. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's the game that they're doing a sequel for with Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel's gonna be on it, man. The sequel that's exclusive for time exclusive, but console time exclusive for Xbox. It's gonna be on Game Pass. PixArt. I'm wrong. I think is PixArt the dinosaur one, Red? Is that Arc?
Free demo on
the store. It's not Game Pass. I think I got it confused. I got two both games. I'm thinking Arc.
So here, this is a learning moment. So if I open up the Xbox app, so I still can't search for games on the Xbox app. Okay, so I'd have to be inside of the store,
the actual Microsoft store, or on the console. Which they're probably gonna end up adding back because that used to be like that in the old app. But ever since the Series X launched, the new generation consoles launched, they since took that away. But they've been adding things right back to it, like the achievements are back.
Wait, so is that it?
That's it. Yeah, that's Game Pass.
No, this is the Xbox app on the phone.
Oh, so you can find that.
So that's why I'm asking. So
that's the one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a free trial. He's saying, but you can still get all the achievements on it.
Download
it. There you go. And now, because you download it through your app, now you get those points for the rewards because do those as well. There's so many ways, man.
It's all right. I still haven't downloaded the Bing app yet on my phone because I'm just like stubborn about it. But I've been using like Edge browser a lot more, like on my computer, just for shit. It's just
I still use Google, but I do have my separate Bing browser, so I can get the search things going on.
Yeah,
there's like a search thing. Yeah, but you could do that also on your Xbox. Like you could do the whole web browser.
I've been doing it. So. The interface isn't. It's not that I don't mind using the interface like the Bing search or like the web browser for Xbox. Me having the computer, right? I'd rather just do it on the computer personally. Like if that was my only option, then I would do it on the Xbox. But I normally just find myself going to the rewards place and doing all that reward shit just the website. Yeah, so
I don't want to move on to what I'm talking about before I hit some of these comments. I'm looking at some of the comments when you were talking about Destiny.
A lot of people. I mean, listen, it's not for people. Give it a try. It's not for everyone, and it's definitely not in the same state it was back in 2000. Like the Destiny 2 now, just to lightly touch on it, isn't Destiny 2 from 2017. I mean, it's a completely different game, and it's on Game Pass. And if you haven't given it a try, again, I think you should because it's like really good and it's free. I mean, it's 80 gigs, but fuck it. And then just grinding up on it. It's just a lot of fun. I mean, the one thing to say, even if you're just on the PvE aspect of it and stuff like that, like at the end of the day, like there's a lot of good content. There's so much content to do without having to go play multiplayer. Like even if you avoided Gambit, which is PvEVP and Crucible PvP, you could just do the regular solo shit, or at least not necessarily solo shit, but like just normal like PvE stuff.
PvE, yeah.
And there's just so much content to do and grind for and
everything. I think for
like
me, it was never that I hated the game or got bored of the game. Well, I think it was more bored of the game. But for me, it was because the grinding. I enjoyed the grinding. I enjoyed doing little missions to get the gun and the exotics. Yep. I loved all that. For me, it was more like the content. You know,
there were certain seasons. Though, I mean, one of the worst seasons came out in Destiny 2 was the Curse of Osiris. I mean, that was considered till this day one of the worst seasons. So yeah, I mean, but now
money's here. Money's here. Logic only plays with A squad. B squad in the house.
There's no such thing. I'm A squad, B squad, C squad, F fucking squad. There is no difference anymore. I'll put my cam back on in a second. Hold on.
You're good. But with Destiny for me was the content and the fact that the game does require dedication when it comes to like the lore and the drops and the level ups and keeping up with the seasons. Like it requires so much of your time, and it's time consuming. At least for me, it was that I couldn't keep up with it, and eventually. Like I stopped playing for one day that turned into 1 week, and then it turned into 1 month, and then eventually it was just I stopped playing.
I got burnout. I definitely got Destiny fatigue and burnout. There was a few seasons right before the new expansion came out, Beyond Light. I wasn't playing for months. Like I had stepped away from it. I missed about 2 seasons, even though I paid for them. I didn't fucking play them, but I was just burned out on it. See. Look, I got a partner now because right now I don't got anybody to play with. So
Reborn wants to know.
Reborn's gonna help me in my crusade. A team.
That's what it's about. It's the A team. Me and Money's the B team. We got it over here in the console, but Reborn, we slowly bringing Logic into the B team, man. He's gonna be part of this.
Listen, I'm like I said, I'm both. I'm A team and B team. I'll be A team when I'm on my computer, but I'll be B team when I'm on the console.
That's it. That's all we ask, man. That's all we ask. See, if Logic could do a Reborn, you can too.
Everybody's doing it.
So. Everybody's doing it. No, anyway, moving on from Destiny. Let's see what else. So I play a little bit of everything. Resident Evil is where I have a little story for. Resident Evil, man, I put hours into that game. Love that game. We spoke about it last Sunday. Unfortunately, though, I ran into a weird bug in that game. I'm up to I keep calling him Magneto. But the boss battle as Magneto, I'm up to him. I'm still in the warehouse, and unfortunately, the key that I gotta get. Well, sorry,
maybe
I'm not trying.
No. Well, no. I mean, it's already been. I mean, listen.
I have a rule, man. After a week, if you're not playing this game or looking at YouTube videos, that's on you.
It takes 11 hours to beat it. So it's not like
11. I'm up to like 11, hour number 8.5.
Okay,
right. So like I'm up there, and there's a key I gotta get to open up a room because you can't progress in the campaign if you don't get this key. And unfortunately, the key is behind this fucking door that the game decided to lock and say, well, you moved on to a different part of the fucking world, so now we can't let you back in here. So I'm at that place right now. I'm like, I can see the key. I can fucking smell the key. If I had a PlayStation, I can fucking probably feel the vibration and the footsteps on me. You would dual sense. I could dual sense that key. It's right fucking there.
Okay.
It's right fucking there, right? But I can't get in that door. So I can't progress. So my only option is to fucking backtrack on one of my checkpoints. Luckily, I save checkpoints. I do these. I have a thing with these kind of games where I don't just save the same checkpoint over and over again. I literally have multiple checkpoints.
I do the same thing. I do the same thing in games. I do Mass Effect, and I guess we'll get to that too. Same thing where like I'll have one save and then I'll have another save that's like 7 fucking hours. Separately because just in case I want to go back to that one save 7 hours before because I didn't like XYZ fucking decision I made. I'm going back to that one. Final Fantasy X, fucking thing. Same thing. So I'm with you on that.
So that's 100%. What I'm doing. So I got those checkpoints, and the last checkpoint before that is about I would say an hour and a half prior to that part right there. But that hour and a half is a big deal because when you get to this point in the game, literally, and I don't want to spoil. Fuck it, there's lichens out your ass that come out, werewolves.
Okay.
By the bunch, and I had like fucking 2 bullets on one gun. Eight bullets on the other, so I didn't have ammo.
So you were like low on ammo too.
So I'm low on ammo, and I'm going fuck. Oh my god, I got to go back to that checkpoint to get this shit reset. So what I did was I said fuck it. I made a big boy decision. I said, well, I'm just gonna have to put this game on ice for now, and hopefully either a patch comes out for that shit to get it fixed, and I don't have to worry about going back to a checkpoint, or wait long enough for me to forget the struggle I had with that, so that when I go back to it, it's like okay, I can do this now because it's not in the frustration's not there no more. It's gone. So unfortunately, Village is on ice with me, and I'm seeing all these beautiful stories and screenshots and people saying, "Oh my god, I can't believe how that ending was." And unfortunately, on my Twitter, I had to put like mute these words and mute those words. I really don't want to get spoiled just yet.
Yeah.
But it's unfortunate that that I got that bug, and I'm searching for it online. I'm looking in Google, and I'm searching on fucking Reddit forums. Nobody has come across it.
I was gonna say nobody's came.
Nobody. Well, nobody's reported it yet.
I was gonna say that's when you got to go to the Capcom. You know, if you really, you know, you got to do it. Yeah. I mean, it's tedious, but log into Capcom. Yeah,
I'm not sure I'm the only idiot that got that bug, but nobody's reporting it.
There's a lot of people that played it, but yeah, I mean, maybe you'll be the first, and then hopefully maybe they'll put a patch through or something. But yeah, that kind of sucks. You're right. I'm gonna have to ask Reborn for some hacks. A Reborn. I'm gonna hit you up later. I need some hacks from my Resident Evil to get past that part right there. Give me some mods and shit. But no, man, that's the story I got for Resident Evil, man. It's just it's a shame. I love it's my game of the year. It has not changed that mindset at all. It is still my game of the year. It's just unfortunate that one bug has prevented me from moving on forward to even finishing the game and then going on to New Game Plus, which I was looking so forward to with the guns that's available, with the points and all that kind of stuff. I wanted to do that, but that's what happened to my Resident Evil. And then moving on to Mass Effect. I ended up getting Mass Effect yesterday, a day later. But I told you the story before we went live on how I got that. I think I even tweeted this out, but I feel sorry for those who don't have this kind of option back home where they're from, whatever country they're from. But like the reward points literally is, to me, it's like the best thing in gaming possible when it comes to saving you money on top of Game Pass. Listen, I ended up paying or buying Mass Effect Legendary Edition yesterday for $3.99. Go ahead, ask me how. How?
No, really, ask me how.
How'd you do it?
Oh man. So I went ahead, because you know how that 10,000 point shit's going on now.
Not sponsored, by the way.
Not sponsored, by the way. So you know how that 10,000 point shit's going on, and they actually converting it live as points rewards. I was missing a little less than 1,000 when it came. Well, about 1,000, a little bit around 1,000 points to get to the 47,000 mark that gives you $50 gift card on rewards. And I'm going, shit, this is the best time possible. Let me go ahead and grind out some of these stupid games like Telltale Walking Dead, like Telltale Batman. There's your backstory and why I'm playing these games as well. I ended up getting the 47,000 I needed to get the $50. So I took and converted that to $50 gift certificate on Xbox.
Right.
And because I have the Game Pass with EA Pass or EA Access or whatever they call it.
You got that discount.
I got that discount. Yeah. So you add all that up.
Which is already included in your Game Pass subscription anyway.
Already saving me money.
Paying for anyway because you've been using rewards points to. It's full circle. No, wait, other way because I'm going. It's this way. Yeah. It's this way. It's me, but for you guys, it's that way.
There you go.
Whichever the clockwise, you get it.
You guys get it. So it's pretty cool because I'm sitting going, shit. I paid $4 for Mass Effect Legendary Edition. And I put this shit on Twitter the other day. Everybody's like, oh, bro, that's a fucking win. It's a huge win. Look, listen, I'm not paying nothing for EA Pass, and I'm still getting discounts from them. Nothing. I get it directly through my Game Pass, and they're still saying, fuck it, here's a discount.
Yeah.
And on top of that, I added $50. All I had to pay was $4 fucking bucks for 3 games and all the DLCs possible on Mass Effect Legendary. Oh my god, bro! Like it was a win automatically, and I've been playing that since I popped it in. That's what I've been playing, and I'm loving that. If you guys ever played the original Mass Effect back then, full disclosure, I loved the shit out 2 and 3, not so much 1, and I quit playing 1 when I got to the what's that, the Mako. When I got to the Mako, and that fucking Mako to me was I didn't like it. The way that it maneuvered, it was just enough for me to go fuck this game. I gave up on it. That's an unpopular opinion. But I said, fuck it. And then 2 came out, played 2, loved the shit out of it. Played 3, loved it even more.
So, but you understand why you love 2 more than 1.
Right.
I mean, you realize like the mechanics, changed, 2 was more FPS. So an action, well, not action RPG because it was still third person.
Well, I mean, the controllers, they made them more like an FPS. Like they made them more.
Well, yeah, they made it more friendlier, right? If you're used to like FPS, but it's an action RPG more even akin to like Gears or something. Like cover system, hiding behind cover and then having
they made it smoother.
And then in the background you had this whole level up your skills, and you still had the Paragon, you still had decision making, but on the forefront it was this really good like mechanics or shooting mechanics,
or
gameplay mechanics. And then in 3, they basically merged those two, where you had good
Correct.
RPG.
Oh yeah, shooting mechanics, that's when it was the best. Yeah, that's when it was like the pinnacle of that series.
Although 3 still gets a bad rap too for how it ended.
The ending,
the mea culpa, and they fixed that sort of. And then now, the next Mass Effect that's coming out is technically a jump off point from Mass Effect 3.
Oh, so man, it's gonna be
no spoilers. Because I'm sure there's a lot. What I really like is that there's so many people now. I had a whole little Twitter debacle going on because there's one guy like. He posts a picture of the first mission, which was Eden Prime, right? And he sees basically what are spoilers. A Reaper come down, right? He sees the Reaper ship, right? And he's like, "What the fuck is that?" Which would be understandable. You're like, "Wow, what is that?" That would be crazy. Although later on in the mission, you find out you touch the artifact. Shepard gets the vision, and then and then you start learning, and then not so long later, to Sony fucking waves into your fucking mind, and then then you decodes it, and then you start understanding, oh wait, Reapers and all, so you get all that information. I got people jumping down my fucking throat. It's a spoiler.
No, it's fucking
not. Let him play the fucking game. I'm like, dude. He's literally gonna find out in a few minutes.
That's like the first 15 minutes of the game.
You find out about that. But then this was and so I understand it. So my point of saying that is to say, I like that there are so many people that didn't get to play that.
I know,
series that are playing it now, and they're also playing a better version of it. They don't have to worry about dealing with the bugs and the quality of life issues and the fucking elevator that lasted forever. Even though if you're playing the game now, if you're playing Mass 1 now, and you're in those elevator rides, don't skip them. And I say don't skip them because you will hear story beats and you will hear things going on inside of the galaxy in those elevators. So that was the one cool thing. Even though those elevators basically hid loading screens, but at the end of the day, you actually got information from the game based on it's like when you're I don't even know what other games too akin to, but there are other games too when you're playing, you hear background chatter and stuff that basically correlate to what's going on in the game and stuff. So it's the same idea.
Look, listen, I got a 19-year-old son who gets to enjoy this game for the first time, this series for the first. I mean, he knows about it through me, obviously, but he was too young to understand it. Yeah. And he gets to experience this remastered in a better way, in a clean, a more up to date way. Yep. And I had him play it on my screen because I have the nice 120 and the whole 4K, all that stuff. I had him play it on my screen. I had him put on my Xbox headsets on with the Dolby Vision going on, and he's just blown away. He goes, "What am I playing?" I'm like, "You're playing possibly the best scientific series,
sci-fi RPG
series in all of gaming existence, right here."
The only game that I could think that ever possibly rival it might be Squadron 42 that they're doing, which Mark Hamill and that ever fucking comes out, and possibly whatever we find out what it's Starfield.
We'll find out on E3. I can't wait to get to that part right there. Exactly. That's my son sat down.
I feel the same way.
Oh yeah, he sat down and he goes, "What, Poppy? What the fuck am I looking?" I'm like, "You're looking at the best sci-fi fucking action RPG there is." And the thing is, as it's part 1 is underrated. It's underrated because part 1 was truly an RPG. And just like you said, don't miss out on those little opportunities in the elevator. The people in the world, the NPCs in the world, they have chatter, they have stories to tell. Sometimes you may miss it.
Your decisions do correlate to the next 2 games. Whatever decisions you make in Mass Effect 1 will affect your character and other characters in the world in Mass Effect 2, and even more so from 2 to 3. Yep. I mean, and that's without spoilers or anything. Just
in the weird sense of just
even the small ones, even side, right? Not cosmetic. I'm sorry, actual story beats themselves will be completely changed depending on what you decide to do with those decisions.
So
and this
really,
happened
really good
throughout those first 2 games too. It's a culminate and then to 3.
I like to do a direct comparison to the original trilogy of Star Wars with that game, like the way 1. 2 was the big arc, and then 3, it was just
it comes full circle.
Full circle, yeah.
That trilogy,
that's why to me Andromeda was in my eyes, Andromeda was not a failure. If you played it for what it was, good game. But if you are coming from the trilogy and you expected more of that, It's going to be.
I mean, we also know why too. There was other things that tied into that, not being the original BioWare team.
Right.
There were other things that not having this guy that was leading.
But now we
BioWare
got the original BioWare coming for the bringing it back to the way the Mass Effect was. But man, I'm playing this game and I'm enjoying the new updates to the controller settings. I'm enjoying the Mako now. When you get to the Mako, you can switch the controller around, which makes it easier. The save points are a lot better this time around. Yes, the loading is weird. That I love that loads fast, but in a game like this, I wish it kind of didn't. They slowed down just a little bit. I enjoy the load scenes because again, if you're in the elevator, there's dialogue in there you don't want to miss. Yeah. If you even the load screen that shows
the load screen that shows the mass relay.
Yes.
So like those,
that it's like wow.
So like, and
but
that was
so
another thing too. I never had a problem with those two because also playing Mass on PC because that's another thing. You played Mass Effect on when they actually. So I forget if it launched at the same time on PC as it did on console. So I first played it on Xbox 360, but then the whole trilogy and everything I played on PC, and just you don't notice, because if you have a fast enough hard drive, it just loads. It loads anyway. But now too, with the new technology of the new consoles and stuff like that, having those faster load times are pretty cool and it's pretty awesome. But but you really get some sunny shots, especially now, like when you're just like out in space, like flying around and shit. Or it's not in this one, but in 2, I think when you actually get to fly around in the different solar, because you don't get to fly around. Do you fly around in Mass Effect 1? I forget. Yeah, you do.
You do. You go to different planets.
Yeah. But like when you actually have, and then you're able to like scan the planets and do all that.
Right.
That's another thing too. The scanning of the planets.
There's a lot. I plan on
finding secret missions on planets just by scanning them.
That's what I'm saying. The NPCs in the world don't just if you hear them start chattering and everything. Talk to them, enjoy it. If you're an RPG fan, this part 1 is it for you. If you're a true RPG fan and love that whole dialogue and how one thing can lead to another and side missions occur this way, this is it. This is an RPG for the fans right here. Sure. If you never experienced Mass Effect at all, you're in for a treat. It is a beautiful game. If you have it on a Series X, which most of my listeners are all Xbox anyways, but if you have it on a Series X, I believe the load times are 3.9 seconds. So please do not skip the elevator scenes, even though it's fast. Those are things you're gonna enjoy, guys. You're gonna enjoy Mass Effect. I was playing it before I got on this live chat. I'm gonna continue playing it after I get off this live chat. So those are things I look forward to continue on with my gaming journey. But yeah, that's pretty much when it comes to the discussions I have for the week. That's what I did, man. I did the Mass Effect. I had that issue with Resident Evil, the points, 10,000 points. It's up and live in effect. Another thing I wanted to talk about before we get to the E3 discussions is Biomutant. I've been watching, or some of us have been watching, like me, your brother Draven. I know Money has, and even Reborn. We've been watching this game since they announced it, I think last year. Biomutant, and I'm going, man, this looks interesting. I want to see more on it. Then it went quiet. Nobody's really talking about it. The game literally comes out the 25th, which is a Tuesday. I think next Tuesday it comes out. Not this one, but the next one comes out on Tuesday. And I'm sitting here going, nobody's talking about it. There's nobody talking about this game. I wonder what's going on. I wonder what this game is at. And they just dropped this week. They just dropped gameplay on it. Let me put that here in the stream here. They just dropped gameplay on it. And
well, I saw the trailer. My brother sent me the trailer. Which is pretty funny. But the May the 4th trailer that they did, that was pretty cool. But I still I didn't know what this thing was kind of like about or get a feel for. But now, like looking at this looks kind of cool.
Reborn in one of our chats that we have, Reborn had it. He hit it right on the nose to me when he said, "I was like, oh, you are so right, Beautiful Joe."
Okay.
If you ever played Beautiful Joe
in like 3D, because that was like
in 3D, correct? Okay, in a more obviously more modern.
Beautiful Joe's great, by the way. That's a great series. That was a great series, by the way.
I mean, no pun intended. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful game. But that's when he said that. I'm like, yo, you are absolutely right. That is it right here, Beautiful Joe. But I think he's a rat or raccoon. I'm not sure what the heck he is. I think he's a rat or something. But
okay.
You see how wicked, how wild it is. You get these little, like the hat, the helmet. It's goofy. It doesn't take itself serious, but at the same time, you level up in the world. It's, as you can see, it's exploration. But they mentioned this last year. I think it was for July, sometime in July or E3. I'm not sure when it was exactly, but when they mentioned it, I definitely said I gotta keep my eye on that. I thought it was gonna be like a AA kind of a game kind of thing, but the more and more I got out of it, I'm going, no, this is gonna be a AAA title developed. like with good animation style and everything. Now, this video is not doing justice on it at all. It's compressed. But if you went to look at it yourself on YouTube and looked at the 4K videos on it, man, it's an amazing looking game, beautiful as heck. And I just love the customizations, the weapons you get. Like at one point, I saw him have a toilet brush as a weapon, a toilet brush for a weapon.
That's crazy.
So this game doesn't take itself serious. This shit is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
The world is beautiful. As you can see, the trees look nice. I'm surprised nobody out there in Twitter world zoomed in on a tree and said, "Look how ugly this shit looks." But you know how we all go with that. But man, Baumune, I want to see this. I even tweeted this out. I want to see this more on my timeline, man. I really want to see you guys talk about this game. If you guys enjoy things like Ratchet and Clank or like platformers kind of thing, but open world platformer, this is it, man. Look how beautiful the grass looks.
Is this exclusive?
No, this is all across. Yeah.
Okay.
And contrary to the popular belief, I don't just talk about Xbox. I do games that's.
Absolutely. If the game is interesting enough, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, this is on all platforms. Biomutant, not exclusive. It looks really fucking nice. Like look at it. Like the gameplay to me is just like look at that on a fucking what do you call it? I don't call it the jet ski.
Yeah.
But it has exploration on it. It has the goofiness of weapons and freaking helmets you could put on. Remember what was that game? Cuisine Royale. I don't know if you played that game, Cuisine Royale.
No,
it was a battle royale game that you literally what you had was stuff in the world. Like it could be pots and pans as your armor, your helmet. Well, this is kind of what they do with this. Like
I get you.
Literally,
it's like real world, real world inanimate objects that you're using basically as like equipment and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah. And then, as you can see, it has its what do you call it, challenges and level ups. But this is the Xbox gameplay right here. I believe Series X gameplay right here.
Nice.
But it just look. I can't wait to play. It looks so beautiful, man. It looks gorgeous. It looks like a game like that I will be playing for a while. Platformers have they have a spot in my heart forever. I mean, this is an open world kind of platformer, but it reminds me of like what's that one game that everybody compare Eternal to? Recore. Like that kind of world where you just are doing different things. Look at this, the combat. I don't know. I'm amazed by it, man. But I'm hoping to see more of this and people. Nobody wants no Hulu. Come on, stop with that. Let me take that up. But I'm hoping that everybody just like sees this more for what it is. Nobody's really talking about it, and I'm surprised nobody's talking about it. It's a really good game. I know we all caught up right now with the whole. I wish we would move on from it for console wars and PlayStation this and Xbox.
There's a lot of it's definitely a lot of that going around, but it's still good to appreciate games that are just being made.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
I don't care what console is on. Appreciate it. Like I have my opinions and the way I think about games like Returnal, for instance. It's a beautiful game, not my game. I will not play it because it's not my type of game, but I'm not going to shit on it.
He kills what Remission just said. Pick up bio when it gets next gen enhanced. Is this not being made for next gen in mind?
That's the thing. It's not being. You can play it through backwards on Series XS. You can the backwards compatibility. It's just the optimization is not there yet. The optimization will be coming later on as it has with any other game.
So it's launching as a title for like so PS5, PS4.
Yeah,
Xbox,
it plays on all systems, but it was created on the One X and the PS4.
Oh, okay, I got you.
And it's being ported over from that sense. Now,
I got you.
Optimization will be coming out. A lot of people are not picking up because of that. I will still be picking up because even without the optimization, it still looks beautiful to me.
The optimization should be a free update too when it does.
It's I wouldn't say it's always free. It all depends on the developer, but we've been getting them free through Xbox anyways.
Right.
Through the smart
thing. The smart delivery where basically if you buy the game, no matter what version, you'll get the
boom. Yeah. There's nothing the developer has to do that's weird. They just got to load in the assets and the console takes care of the whole thing. It just delivers it the way it delivers it. Smart delivery also does the whole. You will never have to worry about popping in the wrong SKU. So if you bought the Xbox 3, so the Xbox One X version, and you pop that in, the moment it becomes optimized, it'll know. Okay, it's time to optimize it. Let's go. Like it'll tell you want to start that now. Like you don't have to worry about that. Games like Call of Duty that came out where they had two SKUs. They had the last gen, this gen version.
Yeah.
If you popped it in, this box automatically knew you want the next gen because that's what console you have.
Yeah.
That's what smart delivery does, and it's one of those features that's very underrated. And because you don't really do nothing as far as pressing a button to switch something off and on. You don't do none of that, so it's very underrated. But it works in the background, and it helps a lot when it comes to these titles. So
Do we know too? Titles like this, are they 60 across the board because they are multi-platform, or
they should be 60? It all depends on the damn console. Yeah, I mean,
okay.
I see no reason why these. That's another thing I have a gripe on. I don't see a reason why these consoles are not coming out with 60 across the board as a standard anymore. Like, I mean, not anymore, but it should always be a standard, especially with these consoles. They're fucking powerful.
Yeah, I mean, but I also, no, I'm saying not 60 FPS, but $60. I'm sorry.
Oh no, that's
I know that, yeah, but see, I didn't want to open fucking Pandora's box with that question. I think that's just possibly my ignorance to the whole thing, because right, so Sony first party is $70 regardless, whereas over here in Xbox land, it's just what it is. It's a fact of life.
What up, 100?
It's 60, correct? Am I like any new? It's
look, the whole $70 price tag. That's a Sony thing,
right? That's just like
at this point in time, it's a Sony thing.
Okay,
but we can't really know if it's a Sony thing or not until.
But it's not necessarily
Xbox
a Sony thing because
exclusives.
But let me ask you. But 2K is 70 on.
That's a developer thing. That's a third party developer. It's 70 because they get away with the whole next gen version, last gen version, so they have more reason.
I mean,
to say
it's on Game Pass anyway on Xbox.
It's on Game Pass for us anyways, but the reason they get away with that is because they can say if you buy the old gen is 60, the new gen is 70 because it looks better. I can dig that. Even with Call of Duty, what it is $70, but you get two versions of it. You get full. It has full content on it.
That's the one that
makes sense.
That's the one that
But when you're telling me a single player game, no multiplayer for $70 that doesn't really look like it's taking advantage of any next gen anything, I have a problem with that. And it's like, so again, I can't really say it's a Sony thing right now. It is
right.
Not until Xbox comes out with their first party games, we can really say, oh shit, they keeping the 60 still. Amazing.
Like if when Halo comes out this fall, and they're like, it may be 70. But
I don't see that being 70 because it's free to play multiplayer and
it's Game Pass.
Yes. Anyway. So we're good over here. Game Pass fucking saves the day every fucking time. So we're
all right.
Good.
So how long is it then? So real question before we go to the next topic: how long is it before Game Pass goes up in price?
Oof. I see that.
How long?
I don't see it this year. I don't see it this year.
You don't see. You think it's $14.99 a month this year?
For 2021, it'll stay 14.
Okay.
I think that, but I think as soon as
it's gotta be right.
It's gotta be, man. You can't. Okay. There's no way you can explain or you can. I mean, I'm not a businessman. I didn't go to school for this shit. I didn't. Right. But to me, it makes no fucking sense.
How do you justify all the value and then not charge more?
Right now, you can.
Right.
But once those bombs start dropping, Bethesda games one after another, you gotta have.
Well, not just Bethesda, Halo, just for your first party titles, everything, just everything, and then what they're doing still with third party titles like fucking MLB The Show or 2K. Like, how do you do that? I mean, I'm all for keeping it.
MLB,
and if they
2K,
get away with keeping it low for the sake of we just want to invite more people, Outriders, right? That's another thing. That's not a first party title. Game Pass, like you know what I mean? Like Game Pass. Battlefield 6, we don't know yet. Battlefield 6, we don't know.
We don't know yet. We don't.
Go to the next topic before I fucking give me the next topic.
So that $70 thing, that's right now, it's a Sony thing. Gamers are on the fence with that. Some are saying whatever, I'll pay 70. It makes sense. They've proven themselves quality. But then you got gamers like on our side of the fence was like, well, I got Game Pass, you know. Like I've said this before, I'm up to the point right now where Game Pass has swallowed me to the point where I'm going, oh shit, game gets shown. I'm going, oh, that should look like a Game Pass game. That's what I'm at right now. That should look like a Game Pass game. All right. Oh, that looks like it's $60 game. Like that's what I'm at right now. When I see a game now, I'm going, Game Pass.
You could almost get the feeling like, oh, that's possible. That's probably Game Pass.
It's probably Game Pass.
I probably $60, or let me just use my rewards points that I've been earning over the.
Right, that's that part. But yeah, man, that's that. But I want to move on to what I really want to talk about. 44 minutes of the show, and I haven't even started doing this.
No, let's go.
E3. Look, guys, E3 is. I know for us, we've been doing this for years, but E3 for us is like Christmas time for gamers. I know it hasn't had the power like over us like it's had in the past. with the booth babes and the swag that gets given out at the shows.
That's sexist, Kills. That's very sexist.
Sure, I know 2021. My bad. With the booth ladies,
we were respectfully looking as young adults.
As young adults,
I was a young adult. You were still old, but I digress.
Fuck yourself. And so yeah, E3 for us was like that day, like the swag was given out, the information was out there, everybody was at an all-time high, no matter who it was, Sony, Nintendo, Xbox, PC, like Konami, everybody was out there, right? There was the pinnacle, this was like the Super Bowl of gaming. Yeah. But recently, in the past, I would say 5 years,
at least
7 years, at least.
No, at least 5. Definitely 5, 6 for sure, 100%.
Yeah, it's been toning down. It's been dying down. Now you have Nintendo dropped out of it, and they started doing their own thing with the Nintendo Direct, and then Sony followed suit a couple of years later. They started doing their own little PlayStation thing, and you only had like Xbox going, and then Bethesda and then other third-party companies would go. So it kind of made it with like, and then they changed the format of the show where the booths were different and the swags were less and that kind of stuff. And then we got the pandemic that happened, so that kind of just crashed everything. We didn't even have an E3 last year, and this on the heels of canceling it, right?
And more people have been going to this whole like digital thing and Nintendo Direct. Before we actually had a pandemic, Nintendo was already like, dude, just when we have news to tell you, here's this little 15-minute, 20-minute, 30-minute presentation fucking slideshow we're going to do, and we're going to talk about Smash, we're going to talk about Mario, we're going to talk about Pikmin, whatever the fuck we're going to talk about, and there's your information, and we satisfy our shareholders.
That's it,
and do all that stuff, and then we'll see you in a couple of months.
They held the what do you call it? They held the narrative on it, like they controlled it.
Yeah. Exactly, and they didn't have to worry about it. And they release it when they wanted to release it. If they had to hold it back for something, they could do that. It's because it's fully controlled by them. That's another thing too. At E3, like you're almost set to a schedule. You're like, no, you have to go on this day. You have to, and then that was always the big thing too. It's like, okay, you got the big three. Who's speaking first? Who's speaking second? Who's speaking third? Who's going to seal the day? Who's got more exclusives? Who's got the new console coming out?
Oh yeah,
and it was always the back and forth. And now they're just like, we could just do this shit on ourselves. But they also like the atmosphere of E3 and that whole idea of just saying, hey, this is just our time to kind of shine. More so than like any PAX or, game developers conference or GDC, because that's also another big time too. GDCs or PAX or things like that. That's when you get even Comic-Cons. You get fucking game trailers now, not just movie trailers and stuff, but you'll get game trailers at Comic-Cons now. You know what I mean? So it's definitely good that we're getting E3 this year, at least from two of the companies, or two of the main, two of the big ones, Microsoft and Nintendo. Sony, we don't know what they're going to do. They're going to do some type of streaming thing, but I'm just super excited. And we actually have a guaranteed date too. I think it's the second week of
June. I believe. Yeah. I think I had it here. Let me see. I think June 12th, I believe. Let me see. I got it right here.
And Potion's comment too. That's literally how I felt. I was like, I want to go to E3. Like, how do I get to E3?
June 12th.
Yeah, June 12th. Like, how do I get to E3? Oh, I got to be a member of the press. Oh, wait, they opened it up to people. All right, how the fuck do I get?
Remember that shit? When E3 was just for the media,
dude. One of the main reasons why I wanted to move out to the West Coast, like Vegas specifically, because I'm like, that's a 4-hour drive away from LA. I could buy a ticket and I could literally drive to fucking E3 for a day. Like, you know what I mean? That was because in my mind, I'm like, that's like the mecca of gaming. You want to, and then you get to play all the fucking games early and stuff. Like that would be awesome,
So exactly what Potion said is right. I mean, that's how we were when we were younger, and it was like the big show because if anybody remembers E3 back in the days, it used to only be for media only. So GameStop people, Best Buy, anybody who sold video games store-wise, retail, and then Gaming Media, GameStop or GameSpot, IGN, Game Informer, those people were able to go there and do that. But then they opened up to the public, and we've had this discussion for many years. Like, oh, I want to go. I can't wait to go. I feel like going. I want to go. I know we've had this discussion for years. Unfortunately, we never had the chance to go. My first time, I think Money's first time as well, was supposed to be 2020 last year. I think it was, for me, it was gonna be last year. Money, I think, had the same plans to go last year, but then COVID kind of fucked all that up. And it's like we were gonna go and actually experience E3 for the first time, and it was just like, see, look, I was ready to go to E3 last year, but the pandemic happened. See, me and Money was like, I know Money was gonna go. I already had money saved up to go to this thing and buy tickets and that stuff. But then when they announced that they canceled it. So the thing is with E3, I know the hype is not there like it used to be. I know this. But as a gamer, I need to keep that hype. I want to keep that hype alive because it's a Super Bowl. I know Sony's still not participating in these things because they control it, and some of that has to do with, like you said, they get controlled when you're out there. You go on at this time. You're gonna go for this long. You're gonna show this off.
Dictated to versus them saying, I want to do this day, and you can't do that with these people because these people are like, no, you go here.
Straight ESA is like that's it.
Right. This is your time slot. This is when you go, and then this is the time, and then these people are gonna come in and they're gonna interview you, and you'll talk after and all of that stuff. So that's the thing. It's coordinated to that, but everybody got their own days. Or
they got their own. They got their own time.
Dip, or they own time. They double dip sometimes, where you got like two of the big guns on the same day. One person in the morning, one person right after, and stuff. Now
another thing I gotta look at as well is also people don't realize is that when they do E3, they have to the production of the game has to stop, and they got to create a whole vertical slice of a presentation just to show it off at E3.
If they haven't been building one, or having a separate team taken away from the actual development of the game to say, oh, we got to get at least this much ready to show, for E3 and stuff like that.
And they got to go ahead and practice it and do the whole dress rehearsal and stand here, show that video there. It's a lot that goes on when it comes to E3 presentation.
A lot of moving parts.
A lot of moving parts, which I can appreciate and understand why some company go, you know what, we're not doing this. We're going to
it's a lot of pressure for anything too, especially if you get a demo and you don't have a good demo experience. Imagine your first impression as a game, not just trailer, because anybody could just show a sizzle reel and a trailer and be like, wow, that looks amazing. But if you give an expectation like, oh, this is gameplay from where we're at, even though you could put in the littlest fucking, print, this is not the actual game. It's still in development. But if it fucks up, you're still being held.
That's what everybody remembers right there.
They just remember it. Oh, it didn't load right. Oh, it crashed. Oh, the frames look like shit. Oh, it doesn't what I mean?
Fallout 4 was a perfect example that he tells the story. Todd Howard tells the story all the time where they presented Fallout 4 on the Microsoft stage, and the way they rehearsed it was he was out there, Todd Howard was out there doing the game. While I forgot what his name was in behind the scenes with another controller, just in case shit like desynced or whatever happened. Yeah. Oh, that shit ain't never gonna happen in the life of E3. That's never happened before. Guess what the fuck happened? The controller desynced for whatever reason. The guy in the back in his ear, they had to communicate that while he's playing in the back, he had to keep up because you couldn't even see behind him. The screen was behind him. Yeah. He had to keep up with the gameplay, him talking as if he was playing the game himself, and he wasn't. But those are things that can happen in E3, but all the more why I appreciate Xbox being at the show.
Yeah.
I appreciate that more and more. I appreciate Nintendo saying, let's go back and let's do this right. I appreciate that. Although I do think, and here's the predictions part, I do think Nintendo going back to E3 this year, and they haven't done this since like 2000XX, I think 15 or something like that. 14, I'm not even sure. Somebody correct me if you guys got access to Google. Let me know when it was the last time that Nintendo was on there. But why now? You know what I mean? Like, why are they going back now? With all these rumors going around with the Switch Pro and this conversation that Xbox and Nintendo are having, with all that happening right now, like, why now? Yeah. So, prediction for me is two things are going to get announced by Nintendo in partnership with Nintendo themselves, and a announcement for it. And this is a prediction. This is not set in writing, not in stone. Don't go out there and fucking quote me and shit. I'm not no Jeff Grubbs or whatever. But one, to me, Nintendo is probably going to announce the Switch Pro finally. It's been out in the wild for too damn long.
Yeah, I think so.
That's going to be probably something they're going to announce.
Yeah.
There's no other reason why they wouldn't do that.
It might not be coming this year, though.
It might not be coming this year.
Everyone needs to be prepared for that. This could, because of everything with chip shortages and stuff like that, this could still be like a March of next year kind of thing, or early next year kind of thing.
Right. Because they want to get, it is, we are deep in May going into June. That'll be June when the E3 happens. So 6 months, don't even expect it in 6 months. But that's the one. And the other one I think they're going to announce is the Game Pass being on Nintendo. I really do think that's going to happen.
Fucking insane.
I mean, that's going to be the biggest, that's the most far-fetched thing I can think of. That's the most outlandish thing I can think of. But it can happen, man. Everything's speculations here. Oh, yes. Matt, thank you. The word I am looking for is speculation. Yes, I appreciate it.
Biggest crossover event since Marvel vs. Capcom. Like, literally, like, it's just,
What?
Xbox on Switch. Yeah.
have a Master Chief on there or the Dooms guy.
It would be insane. So
That
that's
too,
why. So I'm
I
a little.
can see
So
that.
that's like pie in the sky shit. I mean, I appreciate just an updated system that's just powerful. But yeah, if they do that,
I think that's gonna be. I'm gonna double down. I think that I guarantee that's the one that's gonna be on. It has to be. It has to be, man. Switch Pro, but not this year. Not this year. Yeah, I know. Okay. I'm gonna eat the fucking words probably, but Switch Pro and an announcement between Xbox and Nintendo could either be
that would be cool.
Game Pass being on Nintendo itself, or like you said, a crossover event with characters from the Xbox world being on Smash Brothers or something, and you can have them with the Halo with Master Chief and all that stuff there. So I see that.
That's more so Master Chief and Smash Brothers.
Yeah, I see that.
That's a little more plausible for me. Like that's an easier pill.
I see that. Yeah,
people will lose their minds, be like Chief and Smash, like they'd fucking lose their mind. Like, you know what I mean? His supers, him fucking on a Warhog or something, or taking out like a Spartan laser, or something stupid. Like, you know what I mean? Just or hit like calling in the Scorpion, like a Scorpion drops, and like something stupid. Like I'm literally. I'm giving people ideas. I can see that shit. That's what I mean. Like it would be insane. But
so those are 3 predictions right there, right?
Sure. Yeah,
sure. What's that word? Speculations. There you go. Yeah. Thank you, Matt, again for that. But speculations on those 3 things happening with Nintendo. That's something's gonna happen because again, they have not been at an E3 in years, almost 10 years now. So for them just to show up this year after so many years, like wow, this is amazing. Yeah. So that's one, and then we're moving on. Let's talk about the biggest shit that's been happening, especially since it dropped yesterday. This news, Starfield.
Yeah,
Star fucking Field. You know, the narrative went from, oh my god, it's a PlayStation exclusive. Oh, console war is over. To what the fuck, Starfield? Who the fuck knows what it is? What is it? What is it all about? What kind of what genre is it in? You know. This is when I say go fuck yourselves because Starfield isn't exclusive to Xbox, and I can give a shit if it's not even exclusive to Xbox. It's gonna be Game Pass day one.
So look at my screen. Share my screen real quick.
Share your screen. Oh, I love that one. Hold on.
This is just one of the first run here. 5 stages of grief. Starfield will be PlayStation exclusive. Console war over.
This is it right here. The 5 stages of grief.
Fuck, Xbox bought Bethesda. Here, bargaining. Don't worry, Starfield will be multi-plat. That's the tweet. Depression. No, Starfield is on Xbox only. It's not fair. What about PlayStation acceptance? Wow, my new Xbox is amazing. Starfield is brilliant.
That's my favorite. Like they're gonna start creating these fucking alt accounts, right? They're gonna start creating all these alt accounts just to act like I've been Xbox all this time. Like it hurts you that fucking much to go out there. Fabio, what's going on?
What's up, Fabio?
It's a great show, by the way. I was on that show. Good show, guys. I was watching you guys. If you guys have not watched XBL Party Podcast, go subscribe to that channel. Them dudes are just like hilarious. They like talking games like we do. The shit is just good. It's just good gaming conversation all the way around. If you guys like that, there you go. Just like this show, they're the same way. So go watch them.
Yeah. And by the way, we should use the word exclusive lightly too, only because yes, it is Xbox, but it's also
ecosystem exclusive.
Correct.
Right. To the Game Pass. So correct. But it's hilarious watching these fuckers do like these mental gymnastics and shit. Like where Starfield, the game, it's gonna be the game. Oh shit, PlayStation. Now it's like, well, whatever. It wasn't gonna be that great anyways. It's a Bethesda game. Like, give me a fucking break. You're probably going to make these alternate fucking accounts, put your shit on private, not even get seen so you can play this game on Xbox because you're going to do that. But, man, Starfield, and again, if you were one of these people that didn't think this shit was going to be exclusive or an ecosystem exclusive to the Game Pass, if you didn't think that was going to happen with $7.5 billion fucking dollars spent, I don't know what the fuck you think was happening because in the business world, that tells me they bought the whole fucking shebang and they can do whatever the fuck.
This is chess. It's not checkers anymore. And this is, you want to talk about everybody, we go back to exclusivity. I could go back to when Xbox had exclusivity over Activision when it came to Call of Duty. And then they used to get map. We used to fucking love it, being on Xbox and getting the maps first, and then that role got flipped as soon as Xbox said, we're not paying for this shit anymore. Because Activision wanted, ridiculous money, and they said no. And Sony was like, "Yo, we got asked out for years, so we'll pay for it." And then to the point where the Call of Duty League ended up being sponsored by fucking PlayStation because they paid for it. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's how one of the biggest games like out there and stuff like that, like Call of Duty, arguably like one of the biggest games at that point, still sells The biggest numbers doesn't matter. What
yeah.
you think about it, still fucking sells the most every holiday season.
It's a commercial hit.
And they paid for it. And then it's like, that's just what we're living in now. So at the end of the day, as Sony, you can't buy Bethesda. What did offer fucking, you know what I mean? Like you could have did so you have money.
I think at one point there was some article or some shit or some room. I don't know, it was a rumor article, speculations. Thank you, Matt, again. But where Sony was involved in paying for this game, like wanting this game to be just, and I kind of believe it because that's what they've been doing anyway. They've been buying these third-party console exclusive for time exclusive. So it was an article that came out saying that they were in talks to buying Starfield and it's going to be a console exclusive. But then that's when the whole rumors came out. Xbox might buy Bethesda
outright,
right? And then here it is, boom, $7.5 billion fucking dollars. They went out and went to Daddy, whatever his name is, what's that? The guy who owns fucking or runs Microsoft, and they got the permission to get that money, and they got the money, and they ended up buying it. So again, I tell you, $7.5 billion is not. They didn't buy that studio to go shit. We'll put on all the consoles.
Yeah,
makes no fucking sense. If y'all want to talk about, well, that's stupid because money this and money that, let's make sense of that. They don't need to put it on Sony's PlayStation to make that money back. They already made that money back. On top of that, future projects, it's Game Pass exclusive, meaning Game Pass is on what? PC, right? Smartphones, tablets, the cloud, xCloud. Like it's on different devices. Eventually it'll be on TVs.
Yeah.
So they're gonna make their money back and they don't have to put it on PlayStation to do that. Now, if PlayStation was smart, they could make a service like that if they wanted to.
We were talking about this. We could talk about this. We were talking about this a little bit off the stream, and it kind of ties into it just a little bit. Yeah. But like, there's nothing stopping Sony at this point right now saying, "Hey, we're gonna make a Game Pass like setup where we're gonna charge you $15 a month, okay, to have PSN and all of our first party games, and you get this, and then a reward system." There's nothing stopping them from doing it.
Yes, sir. You ready for it? You ready for it? There is something stopping them. You ready for it? Exclusives.
Well,
past God of War and Horizon, what's next?
Whatever they supposedly have coming down the pipeline, according to articles.
What's really next?
God of War 2, and
an 18th iteration of Ratchet and Clank. I love Ratchet and Clank. Don't hate me for that. I love Ratchet and Clank, but an 18th iteration of Ratchet and Clank. Another God of War.
But I can remember going back. I can remember going back 2 years, and I'm kind of doing a little devil's advocate with you. They bought up studios themselves. Insomnia, they went through this to shore up their first party. So, whose fault is it if their studios aren't producing the games?
That's what I'm saying. They're producing quality. I don't want to take that away from them. They have quality up their ass.
Absolutely.
They got that shit cornered. Yeah. That market is cornered.
There's not a lot of games that there's not a lot of games that could compete with God of War. There was a lot of games that came out that year, but honestly, that game that year, what that did. Yeah.
Ghost of Tsushima. That was my game of the year last year.
That's what I mean. Ghost of Tsushima, even things like Demon Souls and stuff like that.
But the thing about a subscription service like Game Pass is why you're gonna see they bought Bethesda and you're gonna see them buy more studios coming from, because the only way this shit sells, the only way this makes sense is games.
And the content itself.
Content, it matters.
Yeah.
I don't see PlayStation coming out with more than 2 games a year when it comes to exclusive past Horizon, God of War, and Ghost.
Yeah.
Like, what else is there? Like, I know they said 25 games.
We're not seeing another Ghost game for at least another 2 years.
It'll be a while. I mean, it's going to come, but it's coming.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. They're milking those IPs as well. They're not going to come out a brand like when they did the God of War. They had to remake that, right? Brand new experience with that. Let's see. Horizon's brand new. That's the team that made Killzone. They dropped that to make Horizon. Yeah. And then you have Ghost. Ghost is a sucker punch. I love their infamous games before that.
Uncharted, Last of Us. I mean, even though say what you want about those, I mean, these are all first party titles too. Uncharted series, Last of Us. They have they have a decent amount of exclusives as well too. But now coming up though, they're a little dry in the well.
Like, the way I see it is you're stuck with what? You're stuck with either milking the same IPs and making sequels for it, or are you going to make brand new ones? And they've proven themselves they can make brand new ones. But usually when they're making brand new IPs, by now we would have heard or seen something about what's in the pipeline type shit. But again, I don't want to make this a fucking Sony show. This is stupid.
No, yeah, I mean,
it's one of those things where it's like you mentioned PlayStation can do that. But the thing is, when it comes to these kind of services, is why they don't have day and date right now. It's not, they don't have 20 or what 30 plus studios in the backyard fucking creating games as we speak. They don't have that.
Yeah.
Microsoft needs that to keep pushing Game Pass out. They need to. It's just the bottom line is they need to, because at the end of the day, I'm not paying for Game Pass if it's only going to be the way it is right now with fucking indie games and AA games and like it's great. I love it. I'm an indie guy, but I need my multi-million-dollar games on this shit. And I go back to wrap it up and eat it up real nice and neat. I think Game Pass will go up in price probably next year.
Yeah.
Especially once all these games start dropping. Right now they can get away with it because they don't have their first party games on there just yet from Bethesda. But once those games start dropping, Starfield, Halos,
but like I said,
fucking Fallouts, and Elder Scrolls. When these games start just drop it in, it's gonna, the price has to change. I mean, there's it just makes sense business wise. But let's see here, Matt put, since God of War released, several key members of the team left. That is true. That's another thing. You don't have. It's just like anything else. Any developers, you don't have the true team,
the talent.
The talent.
The talent.
And they end up leaving, relocating for better, for new challenges, that kind of stuff. So that also happens. But Starfield, my prediction is that will be announced at E3. It'll be a huge thing. With I even think it'll end the show. I honestly think Starfield will end the show.
All we got last year was not last, but like, did we get? Because I remember, we didn't get E3 last year, right?
No, we didn't. We got the July show.
But the year, so the July, so I'm
the like showcase. It was like the Xbox showcase.
So, but Starfield itself, though, because the only thing I remember of Starfield, that was at the Bethesda conference that they did, and then I think we talked about it.
Right.
And we just saw the planet the
planet with the little satellite thing, and and
then Starfield. So it was just the introduction of the IPs. You think we see more of that?
I'm sure we do. There's a lot of leaks right now. A lot of leaks going on right now with like screenshots and I share those. I'll share it with you later.
Actually get like an actual trailer.
A trailer, yeah.
At least a trailer.
I will go as far as saying this is going to drop early next year.
Okay.
It'll be about February, March that it'll drop. I see it. They won't drop it this year because of Halo. They don't want to take away from that. They will not. That's just dumb. If
especially
they came out this year,
push back like this year, this fall needs to be all about Halo.
It has to be all about Halo. It just has to be. Halo. That's the focus. E3's focus is going to be Halo. I wouldn't even be surprised if the stage, from start to finish, the show, the stage, everything is set up for Halo, and Halo will be the hub for the whole show. Like I see that even happening. But Starfield, I see it ending the show. Because now they announced that the whole Bethesda Xbox thing, now it might be the same show. They won't separate them; it'll be the same show. So if that is going to happen, then I see Starfield.
Right. So you're gonna get like a Bethesda like little like area basically where it's like, oh, by the way, look at all the shit we have coming from Bethesda, and then
Yep, I see that. Starfield is most definitely probably going to end the show with a release date saying March or whatever, 2020 or early, whatever it's going to be. But we're going to finally see gameplay on it, and I want to be straight when I say this. I want to be correct. I want to be straightforward when I say this. I don't want an E3 show with CG cuts. I don't want concept art. This E3 for Microsoft has to be gameplay.
Yeah.
Of anything they show, it has to be gameplay. I don't want a fucking show where they're talking about we're gonna our acquisitions. We're planning on buying this and planning on I don't want that. I don't want concept art for 2023. I do not want that. I don't even want the sheer mention of this game is in the pipeline working. It's years from now. I don't want that.
Yeah.
I want you to show me gameplay of games that I'm going to be playing this year and early next year.
Oh, if they really want to put not to use a bad example, or just like a weird term, but like if they really want to put the foot on the gas and continue with this momentum, because they have a lot of it right now, and if they really just want to like send it over and just like really full send, then you need to see gameplay. It needs to be from all their first party acquisitions especially with Bethesda. There needs to be more information on Elder Scrolls. Like now, 2 years since the announcement, technically. So now we really need team to know.
Wrap it up.
All right, where's it at? What's going on? What's going on with Elder Scrolls? What's going on? With other things.
Ramp it up.
Starfield, things like that. So yeah.
I honestly think Halo will be the hub of the show, and that'll be the main focus because that is going to be. They need to redeem that title. It needs to be the main focus. Starfield will probably end the show, in my opinion, to just go, wow, what I just saw. Another thing I think though is Psychonauts 2. I think that'll be shadow dropped on E3. I honestly think that game will be shadow dropped. Literally.
And I think we talked about this too. There's already The first one is you could pre-download it. I think
it's not. The first one is on Game Pass now.
The first one's on Game Pass.
Play,
right?
I played it.
Right now.
That's another game I was playing this week. Yeah, you can play it this week.
So that's so Shadow Drop, Psychonauts 2, and also Game Pass.
And also Game Pass. Oh yeah, definitely Game Pass. They own that studio, so yeah.
You think there's another game that they might just say fuck it, like game? You think there'll be more games and not just that? Like, there's a good chance we might.
I can see that, games. But not with like game like Psychonauts 2. I see Psychonauts 2 being dropped Shadow like on E3 day when they mention it. And by the way, go ahead and play it now. I can see that.
Oh yeah.
But like if they're gonna drop more, I can see more games being dropped that day. But it won't be like big hitters. It'll probably be like triple double A titles.
Maybe some indies.
Yeah, because that's what they did with the July showcase. They actually had a bunch of indies they put on there. You were able to go ahead and play it. Well, it wasn't July showcase. It was the ID showcase where they actually said all these games you're seeing on this show will be available for you to play for a limited time for 1 week.
Or available now. Like,
or available now. Mm-hmm. But I see that happening. But that's my prediction. Starfield being ending the show.
Ready? Available now. Marvel versus Capcom.
Yes,
do
it
again. Put that fucking. It was on Xbox Live. You made it an arcade game. Put it fucking back on. Put it on Game Pass. And make it fucking cross-platform too. I don't give a shit. Make it cross-platform.
I think at this day and age, everything should be cross. I mean, if you're doing multiplayer, fuck man,
make it cross-gen and make it cross-platform. I'm playing fucking MLB The Show right now, and Sony, not by fucking choice, but I'm playing with Sony people. I'm playing against my own Xbox people, but I'm getting matched against Sony people too. So you could do it with a fucking baseball game. No reason why you can't do it with a game that's what. 20 years old? 20 years old. 18 years old. Give me a break.
So here's my run through of E3, how the show's going to begin. You're going to get the Halo song. Right? You get that.
You think it just opens with just like fucking green and just...
That's it, green, everything, huh? The whole song, right? In the middle of the show, everything goes out, lights out, and then you hear... Dun, 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 dun.
Says the EA doesn't happen. EA's really
they have their own show. They have their own show.
Is it coming before ETH?
Usually that happens afterwards.
Right.
Then normally it would happen. Like,
EA, isn't it called EA Play or whatever they do?
Well, they do their own show digitally. That's what I mean. EA something or whatever. But they are coming E3 this year.
Okay.
They are coming E3, so they are gonna have their own show. But honestly, I do see. In the middle of that show, lights go out, and all you hear is dun 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 dun, that's
when I fall off my fucking chair. We might actually have to do. I mean, I don't know if you're probably working that day and stuff like that.
Oh, I take off all the time. Fuck that.
I was gonna say
E3 is my. So whoever's watching that's at my job right now,
we're gonna talk about this real quick, but we might. Depending on how schedules and things go, we should do reactions, not just wait till Sunday.
Ooh.
Maybe do like live. I would say possibly a live reaction.
I like that.
We could do a live, like co-stream, like live reaction. Fuck it, who cares? Everybody else fucking does it.
I like that.
We'll do that. Maybe you know what I mean. Seeing how if we could work out the times and things like that, we get that. I think that would be. I think.
Chat, what do you guys think? We do a show like that where on the actual E3, for I don't know, for Microsoft or for E3,
like live reaction,
or just like what show would you like? Like we could do that. We could do live.
I think we should definitely do one for Xbox. I mean,
Xbox is for sure. Yeah,
I think for sure we should try to get that in. Like I said,
chat. What do you guys think, man? You think that's a good idea for us to like do this? That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
we're gonna try to talk about it off stream, chat, but we'll see if we can make it.
We got to talk about scheduling.
Maybe we'll throw the poll up. On the Twitter
we could throw the poll up on Twitter. On the tweets. And Potion is saying the Gunk. I keep forgetting about that game. The Gunk is another game that's exclusive. Potion, is that exclusive to Xbox or console exclusive? Please let me know if you're here. Let me know. Reborn says makes my we're not this is a kid show. Reborn.
What did he say? Makes my PP.
Yeah, it makes my PP happy.
You know what?
It's a kid show, buddy.
Dude, I was tabbed out, and I already in my mind. As soon as you said Reborn said makes my, and then in my brain I finished that sentence, and I said PP hard, not happy, but I was close. So I want at least a half a point for being
fucking Reborn.
Half right.
Reborn is a kid show. We don't do shit like that in the show. We keep shit clean. We don't fucking do PP stuff.
Yeah, what the fuck, Reborn? Fuck,
Reborn. Fucking shit.
Fuck.
God, shit.
Fuck.
Personal perspective. Oh, okay, right.
Makes my personal perspective happy. Good save.
Good save. Good save. All right. Good save. Go fuck yourself. But good save. Good save. Potion. Are you still in there?
I'm looking at it.
He needs to let me know if the gunk. Oh, you're looking at it? Okay.
Xbox One, Microsoft, Windows, Xbox X and S. Oh yeah, so Xbox.
Console though.
Console and PC.
So money's saying that EA is before E3.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I think what my brother was saying. So I think we might be getting that BF stuff, and then, but like you said though, as the announcement to be like your Game Pass. And
I mean, they'll do. I mean, they'll do the gameplay.
But you get an exclusive trailer for Xbox, and then by the way, Game Pass.
Day and date, baby. It's happening. It's gotta happen. Let's see. The gunk is coming exclusive to Xbox Series X. Okay, let me put that up here so everybody can see that. There you go. Xbox Series X, Xbox One, and Windows PC in the fall of next year. Wow, next year fall, not this year. That's a long way from now. You meant this year? Are you meaning this year or next year?
So on just a quick Google search, it says September 2021. But yeah, but we'll see.
We'll see. But that's a game I always fucking forget about. But those are little games that the gunk, 12 minutes. Can't wait for those. Like those are little indie titles that I'm waiting for that I cannot wait to play. If you guys have not seen 12 minutes at all, go check that out. It's pretty cool. They even got some name actors on that. It's not coming off the top of my head, but they got some good name actors on that. But 12 minutes is pretty cool. I'm surprised they haven't shown Ghostwire at all yet. Like there's nothing on Ghostwire that's some new information on that game at all. Like that's the one thing I'm like, what's going on with Ghostwire? Okay, 2021. Thank you for that potion. Let's see. Money says, as long as Logic doesn't hack the stream.
I don't know what he means by that. I don't allegedly hack. I don't know anything about fucking hacking and stuff.
But if we do decide to do something like that, where we do an E3 like live reactions on the show,
I think that would be dope.
I definitely would be dope, but I would want I want Reborn on there. I want money. Like I want those reactions.
I mean, yeah, whoever would be available, I think that would be awesome, and we'd all try to shut the fuck up and watch it, and then collectively be like, "Oh my god, that was crazy!"
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I just think like getting that live react, I think that would be pretty cool. Like I'm definitely down.
The whole facial reaction.
That's what I mean. It's like, yeah, I'm so for that. I'm 100% down for that.
Yeah, I'll probably go wild when I see fucking Halo and fucking Battlefield.
Just Battlefield might just knowing that we're getting a modern day fucking Battlefield, like, you know.
Oh my god, I just can't wait. But that's all I got, man. That's all we got for today's show. As far as discussions, we covered a few things about mutants, Mass Effect, Resident Evil Village. We did some ET predictions, or what's that word that Matt said? Speculations. There you go.
We were doing some speculative analysis.
Some speculative analysis with Starfield and Halo.
Say that 5 times fast.
Nope. And Bethesda being, I believe they're going to unify the shows now. Is what I've been reading. They're going to unify the shows. I think Psychonauts 2 will be shadow dropped. Forza Horizon 4.
Yeah, real quick. Let's touch on that.
Real quick on that shit. Forza Horizon 4 now is saying Mexico.
Nice.
Mexico. So this fucking game has taken a tour before it came out. It's been everywhere. It's been, I think, Brazil, Mexico.
I'm thinking they're probably if it's Mexico. I'm only the only 2 places that I'm thinking of technically that they could probably take 3. Probably it would be Cabo, Cancun, or Mexico City. I'm just thinking like those are my predictions as far as like where it would be set. Because I really don't think of anywhere else I can't think of anything else off the top of my head in Mexico where it would be set.
Yeah, I mean, because those are
like
nice.
Mexico City,
the
locales and stuff like that. You know, Cancun I think would be sick. But even if they fake, because sometimes too they try not. They're not like it's not historically accurate. They're not fucking. No. You know, you're not getting like an actual sim. Remember, this is like the arcade style, you know, kind of thing, Forza and stuff. I mean, but you still get like that Forza feeling and stuff, but it's more like arcadey. So, you know, I'm definitely excited for it. It's gonna look Forza in general. Just it looks great. It fucking plays great, and it would be nice to get like an updated one.
I think I'm probably the only Latino Puerto Rican that when they mentioned it was gonna be in Puerto Rico, I automatically said, "No, that's just gonna be Mexico."
Yeah.
As soon as I said Puerto Rico, that's just gonna be Mexico. Ain't nobody trying to go to Puerto Rico. It's just. I mean,
it doesn't. That doesn't make as much sense.
I'm from the island of Puerto Rico. I love Puerto Rico. My family's from Puerto Rico.
I mean, I'm Puerto Rican and Mexican too, but
there's really nothing there as far as racing goes. Like, literally, that game will be the shortest game in history.
Yeah,
the fucking island is about 3 hours, like from left to right, 3 hours long, or 5 hours to say. If you drive from left to right, 5 hours. It's like not a big island, but being Mexico, I see that. I see the Aztecs, the pyramids, the rainforest locations. Like, I see all that.
Oh yeah, they could do weird shit too. Like, even if they did it by by Mayan ruins and stuff like that, like the Mayan Riviera. Like, that would be probably another place too. Mayan Riviera, like, that would be cool. Because you got to think of like the actual storyline, like behind like they take over a city and then it's like all the Horizon Cup, and then you know what I mean. It's this whole like spectacle and shit. So that would be cool.
Yeah. Matt is saying Design Lab return. I don't know the Design Lab return date just yet, man. That they closed that studio down right before the Series X came out, but it looks like Aaron Greenberg. I think it was Aaron Greenberg who tweeted out. He says it's coming shortly, coming really soon. I, for one, can't wait because they're already dropping different controller colors.
We're making some changes. I'm actually on their official website, I guess.
Yeah, they took it down because obviously with the new controller having the new button in the middle. And to me, it's a smaller design versus the Xbox One X controller. So they're coming out with that. I honestly think that the Design Labs returning is going to be hand in hand with the new Elite controller. Like, that announcement when that store comes back is probably with the Elite Series 3.
So you think you're going to be able to like custom design?
Yeah, I mean, they're probably going to come back because before it was really the only really design on that you could do other than colors. Was like put your name on it.
Oh, okay.
That was the big thing they had with that. You can mix match your colors and then put your name on it. I think coming back now, you're probably going to be able to customize the actual controller to make it like an Elite.
That's probably going to be around the time Scuff just put. I know we're kind of bouncing around, but Scuff just put a video out too. They got new controllers coming out this year. A new Xbox controller for 2021 and a new PlayStation controller as well too. So I'm definitely going to be looking in the market. Since I'm back on the console grind now, I'm going to probably be in the market for one of those. I don't know if it's going to be an Elite controller or a Scuff controller. Probably an Elite, only because I'll probably be able to buy it from Best Buy and I'll probably be able to get the insurance on it. So, but yeah, it should be interesting.
Yeah, should be. Comment here put up there money with his I guess he drank his 12 glass of Haterade this morning.
I don't know the one before that. The stream for E3 will be great.
This one,
as long as Logic doesn't hack. What the fuck is he talking about? I don't.
Yeah, Logic.
I literally Logic. Don't
Buddy,
know
explain yourself.
What the fuck? Like, whatever. I'm not like he's like making me out to fucking seem like some like what hack. What am I doing?
Okay, Matt. I see that. Matt is saying it's definitely returning this year. What it was already announced, a post by Windows Central, and that's a really good site, site to quote. Post a couple of weeks ago. I was thinking that E3 will give us the date it will return. I could see that, or maybe an E3, it'll be the day it opens up.
And there you go.
I could see that. I tell you, I could see that whole thing coming together. The opening of that store again. The Series Elite Series 3 controller, more customizations for the ones that's already in the shop. I see that happening. All at E3. These are things that can happen. But if it's going to happen at E3, this needs to be either a separate show for hardware stuff, because I don't want this part of the main show.
Or it needs to be like a quick little
just a quick little, hey, by the way.
Yeah, you can't sit and spend 10, 15 minutes like they did the one time with
announce it and then say, follow the link. Go.
Remember HoloLens when fucking Minecraft? It's like, I need because I was getting a HoloLens, right? I mean, I understand what they were trying to do, but that wasn't for the gamer. Like, even though I remember showing them off and it was cool, but it never came to fruition anyway. Like, you fucking wasted how much of the show, like showing off like augmented reality fucking Minecraft,
Well, the military has it now. They have a whole contract for it, so.
Right, exactly. So
I mean, but yeah, I want them. I want to say something about it for like 30 seconds or less. Here's a link. Yep. Go there, go fucking look it up over there. We're going to continue the show. I don't want you to spend time on that shit. Or say, we'll have more on this at a future show. Just stay tuned and follow the links. That way they have its own focus. Because it needs to, like, if an Elite Series 3, Game Labs design, all that's just going to happen, it does need its own focus, but I don't want it to be part of the E3 show.
Or maybe just how they do like after, like when they talk about after show and stuff like that, when they have people like getting interviewed,
right? The little commercials and shit.
Like not commercials. Like the little, because they're gonna have like interviews and stuff like that anyway with people like remotely. So even if they do one of those like fucking Zoom meetings, and then that's when, oh, and by the way, guys, Xbox Live's returning. Like it might not need to be highlighted at the show.
Oh shit! And
then
this dude is back. Adam Sessler's back on.
Adam Sessler's back, dude.
They're bringing him back, man.
G4's coming back.
G4, baby.
G4's coming back. Avli May from the League of Legends scene, League of Legends esports. She's there. I love her. Because I've been following League now for the last couple of years. So she's like been great, like in NALCS, and then now she's over there with G4, and it's
amazing.
She's really funny. So
that coming back, G4 coming back is literally nostalgia for me.
We're getting back X Game, like we're getting back freaking Attack of the Show. So I
used to love them shows, man. Those are some good shows, man. They had some really good content on there.
You want to talk about nostalgia? I'm all for that, dude. Sign me the fuck up.
I'm happy they brought him back, though. I didn't think they were gonna bring him back, but I'm really happy they brought him back.
Minus the Cops reruns.
Please, that gotta go. Please,
it's already went, because that was all Esquire Network and all that bullshit. So
perfect.
That's all. Yeah,
beautiful. All right, that's what we got for today's show. Again, we've covered a lot today. E3 predictions. We went over some of the games I played this week. Some of the stories I've shared with you guys about, unfortunately, with Resident Evil, how I got that bug. Hopefully that either they find a patch or eventually I'll go back to it anyways. But other than that, we have covered a lot today. We spoke about a lot of games like we do here. You have any final thoughts, Logic?
No. Just another good week as always. And just excited to kind of get back to my Destiny and MLB grind. And looking forward to next week. And we're just gonna. I think we're gonna talk more in the background and see if we can get that going too for E3, because I think that would be pretty cool. I think that would be pretty cool.
That's a good idea. Really good. I don't know why I didn't even. It wasn't even in my mind, but that's actually a good idea, and it's right around the corner too. So a couple of weeks from now. So that's definitely, and it's enough time for me to, if my job is watching this podcast, I'm requesting off Monday, June 12th. to Friday.
I was gonna say, do you have an HR website where you literally just go on, like, if you have days that you want to take off, like? So I mean, and I know you have to do it. I mean, we're like a month out, so you probably have a little bit of leeway just in case. I'm just saying, might want to log in now and just like
might want to delist this podcast now if I have a chance.
We'll private the podcast.
We private it. We'll give you guys the link for the private side. But as always, guys, I thank you guys for joining. The chat was very good today. I appreciate you guys joining in. This grows every single week, and I love the numbers I see. I thank you guys for that.
I'm getting follows too. Not to cut you off, but thank you for the follows. I appreciate that. It's
right there.
I appreciate it. I don't know. I don't know shit about shit, honestly. So like, you guys follow me. It's great. I normally, I tweet about gaming. I retweet a lot of people. I follow Optic Gaming and shit.
We are gamers. That's it. At the end of the day, we're gamers, and we bullshit. We talk shit. We like talking shit. We like talking video games.
But I appreciate the love on the timeline. It's pretty cool.
He does appreciate that love. I don't know if you guys saw last week's video or podcast, but we opened the show with him hugging his fucking Xbox. So if you guys are questioning our passion for the Xbox, go fuck yourselves. But again, follow Logic at Logic_so_sick. Follow me. Or fuck yourself too, but follow me at Sensei Kills on Twitter. But final thoughts for me. I would like to see more fucking videos of gaming on the goddamn Twitter feed. I don't want to see shit about console wars, guys. Let's get over that shit already. Like, fuck it. We got games to play. Let's play them.
Yeah, post some clips, man.
Post some clips. I want to see you playing Resident Evil. I want to see you guys playing when Biomutant comes out. Fucking Mass Effect is out there now. Go get that shit. Like, there's games out there to be played. You got Game Pass. If you have PlayStation, play your goddamn PlayStation. Have fun with that. If the doors don't open up on Returnal, you're more than welcome to come on my Twitter feed and look at my game feed.
If you're playing BRs, post your Ws. If
you're playing BRs, post your fucking
post the Ws. We'll definitely like those. We love to see those.
Live well. Okay, I see that. So again, thank you guys for joining in. But that's my final thoughts. Let's have fun in gaming. E3 is about to come up around the corner. We're all excited about that. Yeah. So until next week's podcast, as I always say, ladies and gentlemen, happy fucking gaming.